Hey, where are you going?
I am going to learn English grammar with Sulakshana ma'am.
What is today's topic?
Kinds of sentence.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome in our channel Learn English Grammar with Sulakshana. So, in the last lecture, we learned kinds of sentence classified by clause. Today, we are going to learn kinds of sentences classified by purpose. This classification of sentence is according to its purpose. So, let's see kinds of sentences. There are four kind of sentences classified by purposes. So, let's see on your screen. The very first kind of sentence is declarative sentence or assertive sentence, or you can say statement. Second kind of sentence is interrogative sentence, means questions. Third is imperative sentence, and fourth is exclamatory sentence. So let's see these all kinds of sentence one by one. So let's see very first, it is declarative sentence. So see what is important in declarative or assertive sentence. So the subject is must in these kind of sentences, whether subject comes in the beginning of the sentence or in the last, but it must be there in declarative sentence. The second thing is that these kind of sentences may be affirmative, means positive, or negative. So let's see some examples. First example is, here comes the bus. So the bus is subject, here means subject comes, and predicate, so it is called as a declarative sentence. In the second example, you are my best friend. Here also you is subject and other part is called predicate, so we can call a declarative sentence to this sentence. In the third sentence, he is intelligent but he lacks experience. In this sentence, see, two subject comes, means two clauses come. But see here, when we can see when this kind of clauses comes, means one clause is main clause, another clause is also main clause, so we can call these sentences compound sentence. But according to purpose, we can call it declarative sentence, because our condition is to has subject is fulfilled here, whether it is a complex sentence or whether it is a compound sentence. But if the sentence has subject, it is called declarative sentence. Means you come to know that simple sentence also be a declarative sentence, compound sentence also be declarative sentence, and sometimes complex sentence also be declarative sentence. But only one condition is there, subject must be there. So fourth example we will see, I am not a little tired. In this example, not comes, but no problem, if not comes, at that time also we can say it is declarative sentence, because in these kind of sentences the subject is the most important thing. In any sentence, if subject comes, it is called as a declarative or assertive sentence. So example number 4 is also called declarative or assertive sentence. The fifth example was there, and what is that fifth example? As soon as he saw me, see, as soon as he saw me, he came up. In also these two clauses, the subject is present, so we can call it declarative sentence. So these are declarative sentence. Now let's come to see next kind of sentence, and it is interrogative sentence, means questions. See, questions are means two types of questions are there. What are the two types? So the very first type is WH questions and the second is verbal question. We can say these kind of sentence yes no type question. Okay, so WH question and yes no type question. So let us see what is the structure of WH question. So let's see here in the WH questions, WH word comes very first. WH question WH word means what, which, where, whose, who, whom, how, etc. words are called WH words. Means the word begin with WH is called WH word. So these all are WH word, and in the WH question WH word must come very first. And after WH word, the very important thing is to come auxiliary. Okay, auxiliary means what? Am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did, shall, will, can, could, may, might, should, would, like that. These all are called auxiliary. So after WH word, auxiliary is must. If auxiliary is not possible, at that time we can take verb over here. Okay, we can take verb over here. So after that, after WH word, maybe auxiliary or verb may come, and after that subject. And after subject, so many words come. Means sometimes after subject may verb comes, sometimes adjective comes, sometimes adverb comes, and that's why I leave here blank. So, and at the last, question mark is very important. Don't forget it. The question mark is very much important in the WH question. So let's see more about these questions. So let's see, here are some examples of WH question. So what are that? First is, where is the way to the office? Means see here, where WH word, then auxiliary, then subject. Okay, where is the way to the office? Then why are you so late? Again see WH question and auxiliary and then subject. What can I do for you? So here also WH word, then auxiliary, then subject. See, after the subject, the all part is differ. Okay, means there is a variety after WH. There is a variety after subject. So that's why I leave here blank. Fourth, see in the fourth example, who taught you English? So here after WH comes verb. So in these cases after WH verb also allowed, but only verb or auxiliary. If you write subject after WH word, it is not called as a question. Okay, suppose I write here what I can do for you. So it is the, we cannot give question mark here, we have to give full stop over here if I use what I can do for you. But I am asking what can I do for you, so it is question. Okay, the next, how can I help them? Again question mark, again WH word, then can, then subject. Okay, then verb comes, then object comes, like that. Okay, so these kinds of sentences we can call WH questions. So let's see, verbal question means yes no type question. So what is their structure? Let's see first. So auxiliary, in the in the verbal question or yes no type question, very first come auxiliary. What is auxiliary? Can, could, may, might, shall, should, would, should, then am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. These all are called auxiliary. So very first we have to write auxiliary, and after auxiliary again comes subject, and after subject the words come, means sometimes verb comes, sometimes adverb, sometimes verb comes, then adjective also comes, so it is differ. Okay, so I leave here blank. So let's see some examples. Can we solve this? Okay, see, we called these question yes no type question because these questions are having only two answer options, that is yes or no. If I ask you, can you solve this? So you are having only two options, yes or no. May I come in? Yes or no. Shall I post these letters for you? Yes or no. And that's why these kinds of questions are called yes no type question. See, WH questions are having varieties of answer. It's a very simple. If I ask 10 students that same question, what is your name? So what is your name is a WH question, and if I ask 10 students what is your name, I get variety of answer. But if I ask, can you solve this, so they are, means I get only two options, that is yes or no. And that's why these kinds of sentence or these kinds of questions called yes no type questions. Let's see next. Then what is next? So let's see here the third and a very important kind of sentence, that is imperative sentences. In these kinds of sentences, sometimes we give order, command, request, means so many things we can do under this imperative sentence, but always this is called order. Okay, so let's see here how can we identify the imperative sentence. So let's see here, imperative sentence always start with verb. See, always start with verb. Verb means, see, write is one of the verb, dance is one of the verb, walk is one of the verb, rough is one of the verb. Okay, means sing is one of the verb, swim is one of the verb, means so many verbs are there. And if the sentence start with verb, we can call it is an imperative sentence. And if we want to make negative sentence, okay, if we want to negative imperative sentence, so that negative imperative sentence starts with do not or don't. Okay, means whether, means imperative sentence starts with verb, sometimes do not, okay, and sometimes with the let. We will talk later about let. So very first we will see the examples of start with verb. So what are that examples? So very first example is complete your task. See, the sentence start with verb complete, so complete your task. Here always comes V1. See, always here comes V1, okay, root form, verb root form. The next is, see, open the window. Again comes verb first, so it is imperative sentence. Again, do not sentence means the sentence starts with do not. So do not drive fast, it is negative imperative sentence, and that's why start with do not. You can take do not or you can use don't drive fast, it is also okay. And the fourth is don't make noise. You can say don't make noise or do not make noise, both are okay. Okay, so let's see something about let. So see here my friends, always we can say in the imperative sentence we hide subject or we never use subject in the imperative sentence. Do you think why we don't use subject here? Why we don't use subject in the imperative sentence? Because every time, see, every time the same subject comes in the imperative sentence. How? Because see here, imperative sentences are always speaks in simple present tense, and it speaks whenever the second person in front of you. Okay, means see here, second person means what? You. See here, the only one and one subject uses here in the imperative sentence, means see, and that word is you. Means see, we can say Complete your task means you complete your task. Open the window means you open the window. Don't drive fast means you don't drive fast. And don't make noise means you don't make noise. Means see here, all the time here only and only comes you. And all the times comes you, so we hide it. Okay, we make it invisible. So we are saying subject is absent in imperative sentence. So we never take. And see here, another thing is that in the imperative sentences, okay, see these kinds of imperative sentence always we can make with the second personal pronoun, means second you is the second personal pronoun. So that's why we can say with the help of second personal pronoun we can make imperative sentence. But if I want to make imperative sentences with the help of first personal pronoun or third personal pronoun, is it possible? So yes, it is possible. We can make imperative sentence with the help of first personal pronoun and second personal pronoun. How? With the help of let. We can take the help of let and we can make imperative sentence, means with first personal pronoun or a third personal pronoun. So let's see the use of let's or let us or let. So examples are there. Let me go out. See, it is also comes under imperative sentence, but after let we use first personal pronoun, that is me is a first personal pronoun. Again let us, it is also first personal pronoun. Okay, let us call him is a first personal pronoun. Third example is there. Let him complete the work. See here, him is called as a third personal pronoun. So we can make imperative sentence with the help of let with first personal and third personal pronoun. Okay, so these are imperative sentence. Let's move next. See, next kind is a very easy, that is exclamatory sentences. In these kinds of sentences we found exclamatory sentence in the end of the sentence. Okay, so in the end of the sentence we found exclamatory sentence. In the start of the sentence we found what, or we found or we found interjection like wow, hooray, okay, great, like that interjection we found in these kinds of sentences. Okay, so very first example is what a beautiful place. So it is says start with what and after that a plus adjective, means it is called a exclamatory sentence. The second is how good you are. So again at the end exclamatory sign is there and how adjective and you are. Okay, so it is called exclamatory sentences, and we can make exclamatory sentences with the help of interjection. Wow, how nice. So it is also called exclamatory sentence. And see, so many times we wish people, okay, we greet people, it is also come under exclamatory sentences, means good morning, happy Diwali, good night. These all kinds of sentences also comes in the exclamatory sentences.
If you like this video, please subscribe this channel, like this video and press the bell icon to get more notification of this channel, and don't forget to comment down below.